Hi, I'm Sasha.
And I'm Sasha too.
Not this again.
Wait, that's not how it goes. I thought you. Well, okay, let's start over. Let me do it first. I'm Chappell,
I'm Sasha.
and this is Mess Magnus. We're back, baby. Boop, 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 boop.
This is bullying, and it's not even been 10 seconds on my podcast.
Yes, yes,
Yes,
I'm back.
everyone, we are back. The menace is back. Your toxic faves are together again. All right.
Yes.
It's been too long. And
Mhm.
listen, I was out last week. Asia killed it, obviously. So instead of Asia and Chappelle hanging out together, me and Chappelle are going to hang out. And now he's here. Kirsten, listen, needed a break, and that's okay. Because listen, this is a weekly podcast, 52 weeks
Mhm.
a year. Okay. So it's all
Yeah,
right. And I say, I got to bring in Chappelle to talk about the messiest person we know, a man.
of course,
Of
of
course.
course. Bringing a messy person to talk about a messy person, it's always a man, both sides. And so, yeah, it's me. I got a text that said, Camilla needs her Kyle. And I said, okay, here I come.
No one's supposed to know.
Come on. They want to be us so bad.
Do the messengers think so? Because I feel, and I,
It's
I did send Chappelle this text saying, I think we're Camilla and Kyle,
I
not
think
because of
so.
their race.
No, just because like we are crazy people who are chaotic and also probably have been arrested for walking down the street carrying a beer. So that's
Correct. I was like, okay, that I literally every time and every week, like on Survivor, when these two are talking, I was like, I think that's
yeah,
literally us. Like, I
they want to
don't
be
know
us
what
so
to say.
bad. Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah,
Okay, they're not gonna be
it's
on Mess
fine.
Magnets though. This is us. This is our time.
Period. Okay. And it's gonna get messy today. Like I have some good stuff lined up. And some like ridiculous stuff too. But listen, everyone, I'm just glad my friend is here because I haven't talked to him in years.
It's been
And
so long, so
I
long.
know. Should we should have called this episode Below Deck Mess just to mess with
Yeah,
people. People have been really angry.
people wanted the Below Deck mess. They wanted us to talk about this season of Below Deck. As they know, we are not doing that anymore for
Yes,
RHAP, but we had to bring some messy vibes here to the messiest
correct.
show that I know, Mess Magnets. So yes, let's get into it.
So let's do it, okay? And you knew when I asked you that we were gonna talk about this. This is top billing for my life and my social media feeds. We're talking about everyone's favorite uncle.
Not
Listen,
mine.
because we're closer to age to him than maybe the other way. Lock your teenage sisters away because Shannon Sharpe is on the loose, maybe.
Ah, man.
Woo! So
Sasha,
yes.
sometimes we talk about the thing, and you said this before, but like,
Mhm.
when you hate somebody and nobody else hates them, but then eventually they start to come around and you're like, thank you. I've been
Ooh,
saying, that feeling where you're like,
yes.
I've been saying this whole time. That's me and Shannon Sharpe. I have been praying on
Ooh.
this man's downfall for a decade at least. I've
Yep.
never been a fan. My grandma don't like Shannon Sharpe. And if my
Ooh,
granny don't like
yes.
him, hey, if my granny don't trust you, then what am I gonna do here? Okay. And so my granny don't like Shannon Sharpe. I don't like Shannon Sharpe. And that's saying a lot because he played for the Ravens. And so if I
Yeah.
don't like this player, they got to be doing something to really piss me
Well,
off.
You don't like Mark Andrews either.
If I don't like a Ravens player, they got to be doing something to really piss me off. And yeah, Shannon Sharpe is exactly who I thought he was. And I'm so excited to talk about it. I'm glad it's out.
Yes, and it's so and listen, if it's sports mess, like that is top billing at my house. Like
Mm-hmm.
Karthik is obsessed, okay, with all of this. He's been sending me clips. He's been sending me like, "Oh, do you need like a lawyer's point of view, Sasha, into what's going on?" Because when you talk about MS magnets, like he is crazy. And not only that, he was listening while the draft was happening last night to Shannon and and Chad Ochocinco's like
Mm-mm.
commentary. Like
No thanks.
he's so deep. He's like, no, but what if he dropped something messy? And I was like, what's wrong with you?
Yes, bring Karthik in. That's who should have been on
Yeah,
here, not
I
me.
know. I should have had him just for this segment to be like, do you want to talk about it? No, it's okay. He needs to stay at home. So it's just if folks don't know what we're talking about, of course, Shannon Sharpe is a former NFL player, like Chappelle said, media personality. We've talked about him multiple times on this podcast. To me, it's like he's a Fortnite guest on this pod at this point. Because him and John Morant's dad, remember when that happened?
Oh yeah.
He became a meme. Sorry, John Morant last night, but thunder up, baby. And then we've talked about, of course, the Fox Sports drama. He hasn't been part of it, but Shannon Sharpe is a regular in mess on this podcast because he's ridiculous. So the newest mess has been, of course, he's had some charges or some allegations, allegedly. Everything that we're about to talk about on this podcast is so alleged. It's not even funny. Like, this is just the most ridiculous thing, and that's why we're talking about it. So anyway, the allegations, of course, are that a 56-year-old man, I want to make that clear. 56-year-old man has filed had filed against him, a $50 million lawsuit against him by a woman. It was supposed to be a Jane Doe, y'all. And then all of a sudden, Shannon Sharpe leaks these messages. And we realize she is a 19-year-old girl that is maybe an OnlyFans model, something like that. Doesn't matter. It's just she's 19. He's late 50s. He's my parents' age, and he's doing debauchery. So he's so pissed off that she is alleging all this, right? Oh, I just got a big check, right? I think it's him and Ocho Cinco's podcast, right?
Yeah,
got 100 million. So, which is 50 mil each. So he's like, she's trying to take me for all my worth, blah, blah, blah. And because of that, Chappell, he releases the text messages because he says that there are text messages that are about to be released. There is even a video that is about to be released, and it is showing him that their encounter sexually was not consensual. But he's alleging, of course, that it is consensual.
Okay.
Okay. And you would think fine, right? Passover just happened. There's this song we sing called Dayenu, which means and it would have been enough.
Yeah.
And that is how I feel about this whole situation. Every time he's saying something, I'm like, Dayenu.
Yeah,
end it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because then not only does he should have just put out something to say, hey, not true. It was consensual. It's an edited video that's gonna come out. Blah, blah, blah. And the lawyer, allegedly, right, that's part of this is the same lawyer that, has
involved in all these.
Yeah, thank you.
This man is out here in all the drama and all the mess. And sometimes the things that he's saying are not the most accurate.
Correct.
I'm definitely team believe women. But also when you say Tony Busby is there, I'm like,
correct.
I believe the woman. I don't believe Tony Busby. It's not kind of if he's involved, I have questions. And so I was skeptical at first to what exactly was being claimed here, because this is the same man that claimed that he had all this evidence about Jay-Z.
Correct.
And that is nowhere to be found. And those statements have been retracted by Tony Busby. But here, Shannon Sharpe goes to defend himself. And like you said, he takes it just too far. And he just takes it a little bit further. It should have been enough, but he just goes a little bit further. Yeah. And I've seen so much.
And we've seen too much, and I know this is not the end of it, because I swear to God, Shannon Sharpe's PR team lawyers, whatever you want to say, are on strike because this is unserious. So Shannon Sharpe has posted this all across social media, and y'all, it is the weirdest shit of my life. I'm sorry, but it's basically a statement by his counsel, and it's a statement by Lenny, whatever, Jay Davis, counsel to Shannon Sharpe, okay? And it's on Shannon Sharpe's Instagram, Twitter, whatever. Oh my God. They are posting the literal text messages that woman has sent, okay? And they put her full name out. At this point, it was supposed to be Jane Doe. She didn't want her name out, but it's out now. And it is the weirdest effing stuff. This man is too old to be messed. So we're gonna talk about the messages, and spoiler alert, but not spoiler alert, warning, content warning.
It's graphic.
It's graphic. It involves race play. Like, I don't know what else to say. Like, it, and maybe it's consensual, maybe it isn't. Like, we are not here to make anything. It's just we're telling y'all what this fool is doing. Because releasing that video, right? Michelle,
Mhm.
right? He allegedly didn't know that he was live on Instagram a few months ago.
His
This
ass
is the
lied.
same man
Yeah, same
doing this
man.
stuff. Okay, so it's
Sasha.
wild. This girl is posting, "I know you missed this big juicy ass. 25K for each cheek."
I shouldn't be laughing this hard, but it's so funny. Shannon Sharpe says that his counsel, there's no way, there's no lawyer in the world that would have told you to release these text messages.
That's what I'm saying.
Any judge is going to be like, well, do you have the evidence? The evidence should not be public for the world to come and look at, for them to like try to pick apart. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? You were not, anybody else in their right mind would just be effing quiet. But Shannon Sharpe, that gargantuan ass jaw, just can't shut the fuck up. It's so stupid to me that he does this. Why is there so much race play in here? How come every time somebody does race play, it's always got to be slavery? With black folks don't bring nothing else to the table. He a football player. It can't be race, but like, oh, I was I'm a first football player, a first black football player to break the color barrier. You know what I'm saying? Like why you couldn't race play as Jackie Robinson? You know what I'm saying? Like, why it's always got to be a slave?
No, and
always slave.
It's bizarre. And Monique even said to him, right, on his podcast, where again, that is how Cat Williams did something to the world.
Said it.
Okay.
Well, he told Shannon Sharpe specifically.
Yes.
He said, you have an unnatural allegiance to losers, right? And to that I say, Cat Williams, why do you think that is? Because he too is a loser.
Exactly.
That is a bird of a feather. Okay. That is exactly what that is.
It's wild. And then Monique was like, you need to stop messing with young women. Like, you need to be with older women that will that have some sense. She said it much better and funnier, but still, it's just the race play is like outrageous. And he is only posting one side of these text messages. So I'm saying, you're telling me that, because I'm not going to read the race play. It's effing weird. But November 23rd, 2023. Okay. Then January 12th, 2024. August 6th, 2024. August 11th, 2024. So these are all race play messages.
Right.
You're telling me that they're going unanswered?
Right. She talking to herself, Shannon. Stop playing. What'd you say back to that girl? I saw something about putting a collar around his neck. I believe like a dog. Look.
No, you need to stop.
Look,
this is Sinners was made for you, by the way.
Look, as a dog, I will tell you, I ain't never told nobody to put no collar around my neck like this. This is crazy. Shannon Sharpe, you don't have the right. Okay. Number one, that shit is trademark. Number two, you can't just do that.
Okay.
I was like, Shannon, what is wrong with you? Why are you like this? Especially with a 19-year-old? Because here's the thing. People are trying to question, like, where are his friends? Well, where are the people closest to him to tell you to stop doing this? This man has kids that are my age or older.
Correct.
When he went live on Instagram by accident and had sex,
and was barking.
Growling. Cut it out. And
then
so
humiliation?
cut it. Yeah, it might be a thing. I think he likes to embarrass himself because
what are the Omegas doing?
Hey, he's not one of us. No, like I said,
I'm saying maybe
he could never. No,
maybe he's trying out.
No, no, not here. And so, but yeah, this fool accidentally went live. Now it take at least 3 buttons to go live, at least. Okay, it'd be like, are you sure you want to go live? Like he puts the phone down, he has sex, he's growling and stuff like that. And the next day, he's like, people are like, "Oh, Shannon Sharpe, you did this thing," and he's just like, like, bro, shut up. Shut your big goofy ass up. And they let him get away with it. And since then, we've been listening to him just skip. Like a skill. We've been listening to him do this shit for like years. And he has nothing to offer except just like clownery. And I don't even know why I gave him a mic. And so now that he got it, he just keeps embarrassing himself like this because he doesn't know how to not do it. It's so annoying. And so to see the text messages and to see the heinous stuff he's letting people say, especially when it comes to race, like, bro, stand the
Yes.
hell up. Stand up.
No,
I need
it
all
has
the
to
teachers.
stand
Leak
up.
them
No,
all. Leak them
it's like
all.
go put him in the home.
Yeah, it's time. Like, if I'm your child, I'm taking your phone. You know, like, think about it.
Can
If
you
this is your parent,
imagine?
no, I
Oh
can't.
no.
We will be fist fighting in the street, and I know he got a bad hip. I'm sorry, like there is no way. There is no
No,
way.
it'd be worse than what John Morant's dad did to him.
Right,
I want to make that clear.
right, exactly. I'm getting the gat. Like at that point, we gotta put you down. You know, like at some point, you just can't allow this stuff because you're his child. This man probably got grandkids. If not, he old enough to have grandkids. And you out here embarrassing everybody like that for what? You thought it was a good idea to leak these text messages? I would have taken these messages to the grave.
And what's the you see what I'm saying? Like, what's the reason? Because she can very well be like, here's all the money you paid me to say these things. Because she literally said $25 or $25K. What is wrong with me? $25K per cheek.
Also, Shannon, the market, you can't just get $25K per cheek. It's crazy. What are the prices around? Sir, just because you got money don't mean you gotta just spend it on anything. She's 19.
I mean, shout out to the tariffs. Because I think that's what's happening.
Yeah, I was like, good for her for making her money, but Shannon Sharpe, come on, there's got to be some more affordable cheeks around here somewhere and age appropriate.
That's the thing. It's just like, what are we doing? I saw this tweet the other day that I like couldn't put more things in perspective for me about this whole situation. He was born, I think, the year Martin Luther King was assassinated, and she wasn't born when 9/11 happened.
Shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
and even if that's
graduated
a
high school during
I
COVID.
think it's close enough.
She went to high school during COVID. She took online classes during COVID.
Yes.
She had Zoom prom. This man is a fool. And it really bothers me that he would go and do this because it's like, again, Shannon Sharpe, I'm not going to ever shame a sex worker because it's work, right? They doing their job. But here you go. Going to a 19-year-old sex worker. They don't even want to have a regular conversation with 19-year-olds. They really don't have nothing to offer. I got little cousins that be talking to me about stuff, and I'm like, "You're 19. I don't know what you're talking about."
Yeah,
like,
literally, I just like zone out. And obviously, that was an exaggeration. She was maybe born right before 9/11, but still, because that is 14 years. But my point stands.
The point stands. She's a Y2K baby. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is crazy.
Like, what? If you have a 2, if she has a 2 in front of her birth year, she's too young for you, bro.
Yeah.
Think Jersey Shore teaches anything?
This bitch. This is crazy. This don't make any sense.
No, and
so
then you would think it would get. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just like I said, this man is like, she's 19-year-old. Why do you even what is it about a 19-year-old that even made you like be like, all right, that's what I'm looking for? Like, you got the whole market in front of you. You're a very, very rich and successful Black man who is an athlete. You got a decent like look about yourself. I think you look like Mickey Mouse personally, but you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like if you wanted to date your age or even, I don't know, people in their 30s, you know, maybe you don't want to date 50-year-olds, but you know, you got to get 20, 25-year-olds, you know, 30-year-olds, 50, 19 is crazy. That's
19
insane.
She graduated high school maybe 2 years ago, 3 max. No, 2.
She was in high school during the COVID.
Yeah.
She was taking online classes at home on Zoom. That's crazy. Sir,
like, what are we doing, bro? This is terrible. Yeah. And it's just, then again, you would think that would have been enough, but no, like this must be some Illuminati like thing that he needs
like a ritual. Yeah,
like I cannot believe this, because then he puts out a statement. It's him on video, and he says, "Hey guys, it's Shannon, and I'm saying this from the heart." Except he's not saying it from the heart, because the whole time it's happening, he's looking off camera and reading cue cards. Yeah.
But you didn't even have to do this. You didn't have to do this. You didn't have to make this video. If you were innocent, like, first of all, if you are accused of something like this, then yes, I understand the urge to want to defend yourself.
Mm-hmm.
But also, you're also a grown man, a media personality, and a guy with a lot of money and resources. we've seen people handle this in a very different way. Like we've
Yes.
talked about Jay-Z. He got shook down by the same exact lawyer, and he said, these things, I categorically deny these things, and we will take it to court, and I will see you there.
Yep.
He didn't have to go and release no statement. It's like Shannon Sharpe want us to know that he having sex so bad.
That's
like, look, y'all,
what I'm
I be having
saying.
sex. Like, look, you can see my
agree.
Instagram live. Like, I was like, bro, we know.
Look at, maybe I'll release a video, even though I look crazy for this pod. But if y'all see his face, look at his eyes. He's not looking at the camera.
No.
I mean, look where his eyes are.
No, he's not looking at us. He's looking at a cue card or a teleprompter.
Yes.
And again, I know that the urge, again, to make sure you have all your thoughts out there, but do not get on there and say, oh, yes, I'm also like, this is not off the top of your dome. This is not like, I have prepared a statement. You should have said, I have prepared a statement.
Correct.
Look, nobody would be mad at you for preparing a statement. It's what people do when they're in legal trouble.
But, did I hear you say prepared a statement?
Yeah.
Because I have something else to share.
Oh, there's more.
Of course. So you haven't seen this part. This is the most damning part. No, not even. This is like how you know that someone should take his phone away. Because, again, right? So he puts out that video. He's not really looking at the camera. People are roasting him. Okay, fine. Then I'm on Twitter and I see this, everyone. This is from the official Shannon Sharpe Twitter. Okay, you can see it. And there. What do you notice?
This is a text message that was sent to him. This is not a received, or this is somebody text this to him.
Yes. Because for people that are listening, it says, my statement is found here. This is the whole truth. Relationship was 100% consensual. There's like a bunch of paragraphs. And then it says, because this was his statement saying that he's going to be stepping back from ESPN. So he said, I'll be devoting this time to my family. I'm stepping back and I'll come back at the start of the NFL preseason. And then it says Shannon Sharpe at the end. And if everyone looks at this, at the bottom again, if you're watching video, there's a little cloud.
Yeah,
the little
a text message,
book, right?
From somebody.
Yeah.
It's a text bubble.
Text bubble, thank you. That he had to obviously hit copy on, put it in maybe a notes app, maybe just fully his Twitter and his Instagram, doesn't matter. No, but he just screenshotted it and posted it, and it's still up.
He could have just copied it and pasted it. Because, like, why is your statement being texted to you, Shannon? Why
is it not emailed? Yeah.
Right. Why? Who texted this to you? Who sent this to you? Like, hey, man, what should I put out as a statement? Hold on. Let me text you something real quick. Like, that's like I got you. I'm going to text you what to say. This is so silly. What is wrong with you, man? Oh, my God. I got to text.
I know.
I want to see the rest of the text. When that lady said, I literally ate so much food, I look like I'm pregnant with your big black baby. I was like, like, what?
But if someone said that to you, wouldn't you be like, don't ever speak to me again?
Don't ever talk to me ever again. It was something like, only if you put that baby gravy in me.
Yeah, but it has to be black, of course.
Well, I was like, why is it dark gravy? It was like, like white gravy. Oh my God.
My God.
Shannon,
and like scientifically, like it's not black. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
It's just like, what are we doing?
I just don't understand. I don't understand. And then again, why are these text messages out? This 19-year-old girl telling you only want she always wanted a black baby, and your immediate response isn't block.
We should know less about people.
Yeah, bring back shame. Bring back shame.
My God.
I miss it. I miss shame. I miss discretion. I miss all those things. Now I feel but again, it's Shannon Sharpe. Nobody is shocked. Not one person is surprised that that's that man who did it. That's like, I wasn't like, Shannon Sharpe of all people. I was like, look at this fool.
Literally, there's not. I am so with you. Like, everyone was like, "Oh, here we go again."
Here we go. Like, look at this idiot. Yeah.
And then every other person was literally sitting there, right, and being like, "Oh, well, when Tracy Ellis Ross says I want to date younger men, why don't they date?" And it's like, what are we doing here?
Also, younger men Not Shannon Sharpe, who is older. The younger men.
Exactly. She literally said older men are like that she has dated are not her cup of tea. They're like
she was talking about fools like Shannon Sharpe.
Literally, I was like, I think you're proving her point.
Look, she's like, this is him. This is the reason.
And it's not her job to like fix like someone as messed up as Shannon Sharpe.
Right.
That's therapy.
And I want to be very clear. I'm not being lenient on her saying she wants to date younger people. He can date younger people too. He could date 50-year-olds, 45-year-olds, 40-year-olds, 30-year-olds, 35-year-olds, 38-year-olds, 39-year-olds, 39 and a half, 40 and 3/4, 29. I wouldn't even say too much about 25.
Like,
I'd look at you crazy, weird, but okay. But yeah. 25, I'd be like, it's a little DiCaprio-ish, but okay. 19. Anything ending with a teen and you 56 years old is expressly forbidden. It should be illegal. It's not illegal, but it should be. So no, if Tracy Ellis Ross is out here dating 19-year-olds, then she too is weird and should be arrested. But Shannon Sharpe, we're talking about you right now.
Yeah, I am so with you. And then the last thing, okay, and then we really will move on, is that there's a clip of him on the podcast, on his pod with Ocho Cinco, okay? And it's Ocho Cinco kind of making fun of him and being like, what are you doing? Why are you dating these young girls? This is, I think, from before. This is not a now thing. But, you know, one thing about the internet, they will bookmark everything. So they said, Shannon Sharpe, like, why are you doing this? Stop dating young girls, right? This was Shannon's reaction. Wait, I might need to slow it down because I listen to videos on 2x. Nope, I'm good.
Oh, we got clips on this show. I love it here.
I know. I just have
we got a soundboard.
Yes.
Date your age. Date your age. Well, I want to date my wage. I'm finna shut all this ish down tonight. I want to date my wage. Stay right here. Where y'all at? Hey, chat, where they at? Hold on. Cause you know I keep it on me now. Yeah. I keep it on me. You want to date your what? I want to date my wage. Not my age. I want to date my wage. So where are they? Because y'all always talking about date your age. I want to date my wage. So come on with it. Well, you talking? As a matter of fact, I'm taking applicants as we speak. Well, you talking spicy tonight, boy.
This big doofus. Shannon said, y'all don't make enough money for him, okay? Broke.
Wait, but she's suing him for $50 million. So maybe now they will be date your wage.
Right. He said, I can afford her. Yeah, I can afford it. I don't understand. So he basically saying these women out here not making enough money to sustain him.
So he said, I'll sue you.
Yeah. So he instead is going to go pay for the company of a 19-year-old instead.
That's what I'm saying.
Could you not pay for the company of a 30-year-old? You know, and there's got to be some attractive older women who have money. Shannon, stop it.
Of course there is, and they don't want a Shannon Sharpe type.
Shannon Sharpe been a football star since he was in college. There have been women throwing themselves at Shannon Sharpe for roughly 35-ish years, probably.
Correct.
Probably consistently.
Older than I am as a human being.
Yeah, probably consistently, especially in his resurgence now into popular culture and like stuff like that. Like that man's DMs is blowing up, and he out here telling, he out here wilding. That's all I would say. You know, breeding kinks and being a good mom to his black baby. I want to be abused. I want to put a collar on there for you choking. He already got black kids. Why would lady? He's also 56. And that's the thing. This lady clearly sounds like she's playing some type of role. Like you said, this 100%. Is race play. This is a role. But sir, why does this do it for you? Why, of all things, like a 19-year-old white girl is like, yeah, that's exactly what I'm looking for. I need that kind. That's how I get my rocks off. Like, sir, go to hell. Shannon Sharpe, this is stupid. This is the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. There's a lot of dumb, stupid stuff out here. And Shannon Sharpe, this is knocking on the door of like top 5 dumbest things in the world.
Telling you, Chappell, I knew. That's why I was like, oh, Chappell's coming on to talk about this.
I cannot believe this. I have not actually really spoken on this because I just don't have nothing to say. Because again, I have been telling people that this fool was a dummy for so long. For so long. And so now that it's coming out, I'm kind of like, see, I told you.
Oh
Stop calling this man Unc. Stop it. I don't want to know. I don't want to.
He's like uncle. He's grandpa.
Right. Like this man, this is not my uncle. Des Bryant in the comments talking about, say Unc, I know everything is going to be all good, but dog collar around my neck. Bryant. Of course, Des. Always on the right side of history. Okay. Talking about the dog collar thing is crazy. Do you think the dog collar thing is crazy? Of all the things? Okay.
Well, probably because Des Bryant. Anyway, we know what Des Bryant has done.
This is be wilded. Also, another person who just stopped talking should just stop
talking.
Thank you. Live your life quietly. I wouldn't be in nobody's
This is where you're like, oh yeah, maybe we should bring back the whole stop talking about politics in sports.
Right, exactly. Like, yeah, now show some outrage. This is nothing. Like Colin Kaepernick do nothing compared to this. This is
correct. Crazy. Okay, I'm tired, so I had to bring that up, and that's what.
And wait, and speaking of Colin Kaepernick, I know we talk about mess. This fool, I saw a damn tweet. I hope it's fake. I'm still ready. I'm ready to go back to the Colin.
It's over.
Let it go. It's done. It's done. You did your due diligence. You did it. You did your job. That's exactly what you got the people going. You got the people talking. There was change made. There was at the very least, they started painting words in the end zones. You know, like that stuff happened. But you will never play in the NFL again. Let it go. It's starting to look kind of sad. People boycotted the NFL for you, and you ain't even boycott the NFL. Stand up. It's okay. You think those people colluded against you back then? Sir, you about to be 38.
I'm telling you, and not only that, right? Colin Kaepernick, look what they just did to Shedeur Sanders.
Sir, if they don't want you to do it, they definitely don't want your old ass. You know, like let it go. Let it go.
You know what? Let me rant a little bit about the NFL.
Talk about it.
Very quickly, because this is so random, but like I have to, because I was fighting for my life last night with my friends, with my husband even, but I'm like, what's happening here? Okay, because everyone, the NFL draft was last night, and which is fine, right? Like, I don't even care. There's not any OU players on it, so it really doesn't matter to me. But anyway, fine, whatever, right? So we're talking about the NFL draft. We're here. People are like Shedeur Sanders. Okay. Shedeur Sanders is is a college quarterback.
Is he an NFL quarterback?
Manifestation.
Don't timestamp. Yeah, don't timestamp this podcast. Depending on what day.
So he's a college quarterback, and his dad is Deion Sanders, again, decorated NFL player. Okay, so Shedeur Sanders used to play for a HBCU, historically black college, and then they moved him to Colorado, and then his dad became his coach, and kind of thrust him into this national spotlight. Shedeur Sanders is given he's cocky. He's not even that good. Shedeur Sanders, I guess, doesn't end up going to the combine, which is where, speaking of Colin Kaepernick, because if you watched his show, he talked about how the combine was equivalent to modern day slavery and slave trade.
It's like, hey, I'm still here. Sign me up.
Then it's what are we doing? Pick a side, because you literally call them slave owners, and now you're no, okay, they're not. It's not happening for you. So anyway, so Shedeur is didn't go to the combine, and which listen, a lot of high level quarterbacks have done that, right? Caleb Williams, also did that last year, but Caleb Williams won Heisman and went number one, so it's very different. People thought he would go top 5. He'd set up a really beautiful draft room at his house. He's done all this. The whole round 1 happened, and he did not get picked, y'all.
Sasha, when the Pittsburgh Steelers passed on him, I said, cut the cameras, dead ass.
When the Browns passed on him.
Now, I think the Browns might still get him. I think they might get him in the second round. Look, we don't know what's about to happen, but I think either LA or the Browns might go back and get him as a backup. But like it would LA got that that Stetson boy, the one that put up like all like what was it 56 points against TCU.
Yep.
He demolished them. They don't need that man either. It's tough because we really have been on a journey when it comes to Deion Sanders and Shedeur and Colorado and HBCUs. Very early on, people like Shannon Sharpe, a graduate of an HBCU, was like, it doesn't make any sense for you to go to the HBCU if you want to play football, says the person who got his only reason he in the NFL is because he played for HBCU. Anyway, so we go through all of that. Skill, I'll tell you. Anyway, we go through all of that. And the whole goal is to go to Colorado because that's going to be your ticket in to the NFL. We go to Colorado. They put up some good numbers. They have some good showings. They also have some not so good showings, but they have some good showings. Deion changes the culture of Colorado. I think they finally the brothers is at Colorado now, and I don't think we was even there before. I think we started a chapter and everything there. Yeah, like change is happening. But then when it's time for this fancy Colorado football team education, right? And so when it's time for this to pay off for this man, cut the cameras. Cameras.
So bad, y'all. And so I was getting like texts from my friends being like, he is like, he needs to be humbled. Good, he's not going top 10. He needs to be humbled. It's good, he's not going top 20.
Humbling a black man.
Yeah. And then I had to ask my friend, hey, do you want your quarterback to be a baby back bitch? Or do you want him to like be cocky and say, hey, no, I got this?
Right. Like,
and why would you want? And I was like, yeah, exactly. And I'm not saying that they are not a flashy family, but like he doesn't suck. Like he's not like Arch Manning.
Look, the Saints got Derek Carr as their quarterback.
Oh no, don't say that in this house, but yeah.
Karthik, the Saints got Derek Carr as their quarterback. This man is a monster.
And Spencer Rattler.
Right. This man is not good.
Cut from OU. Yeah.
Right.
I mean, OU sucks right now.
If I was a Saints fan, I'd be in tears because I know they went and got those. I know they went and got those bust down watches. They was ready to have the flashiest Saints gear. They was about to show out, and now look at them stuck with Derek Carr again. They don't even like him. So It's wild to me that Shedeur Sanders went to the second round, but if you talk about mess in sports, this is peak mess in sports.
1,000,000%. All right, and we don't know. He like as of this podcast, we don't know where Shedeur Sanders is gonna go, and I'm pissed off because again, I also believe that he shouldn't have been top 10. But anything under that is bullshit. And to me, is like an NFL conspiracy. And we know that NFL likes to do stuff like this to humble like their players. So it's outrageous. And when that guy Jackson, whatever, went ahead from Ole Miss, and folks will be like, oh, but like Cam Ward, Heisman winner, like, and no, sorry, Travis. No, who won the?
Who are you talking about?
I'm mixing number 1 and 2 together. Sorry, that's weird of me.
You're talking about Travis Hunter.
Travis Hunter won the Heisman. Sorry, we haven't talked about it on this pod. So Cam Ward is a quarterback, and they were like, right or whatever. They were like, they drafted a black quarterback. Like, what are you talking about? It's not racist. No, it is on account that they specifically. Yeah, okay, he is a quarterback. Why do I? But they're just like, it's not racism. And it's like, no, Cam Ward is like fits the unfortunately like cookie cutter NFL story of like, oh, like I think Cam Ward and Travis Hunter, like one of their dads, right? Like got time off from being incarcerated to show up to the draft. So it's just, are we serious? That's what the NFL likes. They're like, oh, we gave these people a good life, blah, blah, blah. Not, oh, you're already good life and you're just gonna make it better. Yeah, and Baker Mayfield's ass. That's my guy, right? Like I would die for Baker Mayfield. He was grabbing his crotch and taunting players, planting flags in college.
That's why they sent his ass to effing Cleveland. The quickest way to know if you got screwed over by the NFL is if they look at you and put you in Cleveland. If you end up in Winterville out there, no disrespect to the people who live in Cleveland, but y'all know how they do, y'all. Y'all know how the Browns is. Y'all know that's a cursed franchise.
Browns hate their fans.
They hate their fan base. And so that's why I'm like, he still might end up over there. He still might, because right now they got Deshaun Watson ?
We don't. Didn't he get hurt or whatever? Something happened.
I mean, yeah, he was hurt last season, but I mean, he
I
might
hate
come
the
back.
Browns so much. Well, no, I
I
just
mean,
like
they
give them
hate us.
confidence.
They hate
Yeah.
everyone. Yeah. So no, this is incredible. But it is, like I said, it's peak mess. We don't know where he's going to go, but it does make you. It makes you question some things when you see lesser players or players that like don't have as high of a profile at least, like get chosen before him. But like I said, he will be fine. You know,
Yes.
Lamar Jackson fell very low into the draft, and they were telling
Lamar
us.
Jackson was a Heisman winner, right?
Yes, and they were telling us he was only good to be a wide receiver. He's basically a running back who can throw. They've talked so much about this man, and he is what 2 MVPs in. He could have been 3. Depending like if I had a vote last season, it could have been 3. And so yeah, I'm just saying that falling low in the draft doesn't like
Tom Brady went 199.
Right, exactly. But also it does suspiciously happen to above average black quarterbacks a little bit more than I would like. I would say that.
Correct. And y'all know I love a good conspiracy theory. So that's what I believe is that the NFL like is for sure conspiring him to humble him to get him to the second.
Yeah.
Yuck.
I mean, it's also to save a little money. You drop him down.
Fair.
You drop him down to the second round, and you talking about some affordable prices here. Deion wasn't gonna let that man not get no paycheck. You know what I'm saying? So now he got a little less of a leg to stand on. I'm sure there's something there.
Oof. But yeah, so we'll keep an eye on prayers to Shador because this is crazy. And now this I was really excited because you in the group chat in our friend chat said you were missing some Big Brother mess.
I love Big Brother mess. Big Brother it's been gone too long. I always around this time I always start feeling it. Like they're like, I'm ready to spice things up. I need more chaos. And Big Brother is always good for chaos because the people inside the house are doing stuff and we get 24-hour access to them. So we can always see the messy things that they do. And then when they come out the house, they be messy too. So yeah, determined to find some more Big Brother mess. And I hear Big Brother UK celebrity has been incredible and when it comes to mess this season at least.
Yes, so it's outrageous. So let's start at the start. So we're obviously going to be talking about Jojo Siwa and everything going on with her in the Big Brother UK house. But before even we get to the topic of conversation that's going on currently, I want to take us back a few weeks, I think, or I don't know how Big Brother time works, But anyway, there was this celebrity named Mickey Rourke at Rourke? Yeah.
Rourke.
And
yeah,
Rourke. Why did I say it like that? And he was slammed for being homophobic. Like he came into the house and was just going crazy and goes to Jojo Siwa and goes, if I stay longer than 4 days, you won't be gay anymore.
Which is crazy. It's crazy to say that to a person.
Like, what are we doing?
Especially when Jojo Siwa is in a very public relationship. And so, and also had been, I believe had been saying that she was a lesbian to that point.
Yes.
And so Mickey Rourke is not only like, I will change your sexuality, but I will also have you cheat on your significant other. Yeah, and so Mickey Rourke did not last long.
No, he got kicked. Yeah, he Big Brother had to kick him out for just being threatening, just terrible overall. Yeah. So Jojo Siwa's time it just started out mess. Then we go into Jojo and Chris. All right, where there's Chris Hughes, who is ex-Love Islander, and they are getting close, and it's getting a little messy. Where their closeness, like Chappell said, is weird because Jojo has a girlfriend who has not now posted. Their name is Kat Ebbs. They go by she, her pronouns. And they have not posted now for a week and have shut down all their comments because it's giving weird. So the biggest thing that happened is Jojo went online and went into the confessional and says that I've always told myself I'm a lesbian, but I think I'm not a lesbian, I'm queer, which I think is fair. And she said that to a RuPaul's Drag Race alum, Danny Beard. So it makes sense. They're queer people having conversation about their sexuality. That's beautiful. And she's like, I think it's, and she heard I think I'm gonna be switching letters. and that's cool, is how she was speaking about it. Her mom like posted really great stuff about supporting her. Really nice. And then the epiphany, though, people believe come after how her and Chris have been getting pretty flirtatious in the house, where there have been moments that he like asked her to lick chocolate off his shorts. It's granted it's like on the side of his shorts, but still, it's like kind of uncomfortable. They've been like cuddling, hugging, and he's been like, "Oh, I could see myself having kids with you," just like saying all kinds of like weird, uncomfortable things together, and it people are like, what's going on? You're now having this moment with Chris, and then on top of that, you're saying all this because they're seen laying on each other's chests, putting the duvet over their heads. Which, if you're a Big Brother fan,
you know what that means.
What the heck's happening in there? They were pulling a duvet over you, if the comforter, is over you, and they're just like again very close to each other. Yeah. And then there was a chat, okay, where Jojo was talking to someone in the house, where Jojo was talking about, listen, I'm scared about my relationship. And she was talking about Kath and their plans to travel to London for the live final. Because for the finale, basically, because she hinted she might want to be single. Jojo is talking about this. I'm the type of person who really needs approval from my mom and my partner. And when I left, my partner was like, I'll come for the end and I'll be there at the end. And Kath is from Australia, so it would take them 24 hours to get to London. And so Ella, right? Oh, that's who Jojo was talking to, responded like kind of funnily to be like, listen, I wish someone loved me this much, blah, blah, blah. But then saying, I don't think you're going to be happy in a relationship if you're not fulfilled within yourself, kind of like alluding to, right, her sexuality and all that conversation. But then Jojo said, no, the thing is, I don't know if I'm all for me. That's what I've been questioning. And kind of just talking about we push ourselves out of our comfort zones. That's what Ella was saying, right? Like, it's nice that we're all getting to talk to each other, getting to know each other. And Jojo was like, I don't know. I just think being removed from everything, I'm overthinking. And I'm realizing that maybe I just need to be alone.
This is tough. You basically are getting dumped on international television.
I'm not going to the finale.
Oh, what? Not going. I'm either going to the finale to make a scene, or I'm not going at all.
Fair.
But I definitely could see myself making a scene. Where that, like, where I'm booing from the crowd, throwing tomatoes, something like that.
Something.
Like, something, because you were embarrassing me on TV. It really was. It really what I'm getting to. Like, we went in that house, and how many weeks has it been? It couldn't have been that long before you start embarrassing me on TV. Yeah, and then Chris Hughes, he used to be with Olivia Atwood from Love Island, UK.
Yes.
And so people have been like in her, like tagging her and all this stuff, so she could see it. She like, it looked bad. It looks bad. So yeah, Jojo wildin'. Because why would you do this on TV? Now, don't get me wrong. The joy of watching Big Brother is watching people do this. Watching people do stuff like this. Yeah. We've seen it year after year. And you as Big Brother, we love it. You come in the house and say, I'm in a relationship. The first time that comforter goes over their head, that duvet goes up, we be like, yep, let's do it. Turn that up, because we about to laugh. We about to talk about the mess. But Jojo, you've been in the public eye for a very long time. I think that this is a mistake, and I don't know. I don't know how it's going to go. I saw a lot of tweets and skeets on Blue Sky saying that, I think she's setting back bisexuality by years and years and years, because there's a lot of biphobia that people think like, oh, because you're bisexual, you will leave your significant other for somebody of an opposite gender, it's like that's the big fear here. And so, although people have been fighting that narrative for so long, Jojo is doing nothing to save that. So I've been laughing at a lot of the stuff. I feel really bad, because the one thing about Big Brother that, the one downside to the show is that when you come out of the house, the tweets, the skeets, the news, TMZ, it's all waiting for you to open the door. And so it might be a rude awakening at the finale.
Yep. It's just, I love mess, but I just hate that like it comes at the expense of someone that doesn't have anything to do with Big Brother. So it's just, I just think it's going to be really bad when this all blows up. So I hope like Kat, they're taking care of themselves, but Jojo, please, we need more.
Yeah. And now Chris was a ally to JoJo when the Mickey Rourke
Yes.
stuff was going on, so I could see why they would connect. But like that does not change the fact that you are now questioning your relationship and all things about you in this house in front of everybody else to watch. This is definitely a conversation you probably want to have with your significant other in person, and not something that they'd have to watch and learn on TV, but or in the news, or getting tagged a billion times on social media. I would have deleted everything. I probably would have deleted my phone at this point if I was her significant other. So tough, JoJo. What are you doing?
I'm telling you, it's wild, and I'm not really understanding how, but I just think like JoJo has been in the public spotlight for so long, since Dance Moms, really. So I wonder if finally like being unplugged from everything and being able to like live her life without feeling like, oh, I need to be loud. Like her rebranding, right, from the bows to all that stuff was crazy. So I wonder if like now all of this is pulled back and she's able to kind of hear the voices in her head for one. Is that why all of this is happening?
You know, the problem with Celebrity Big Brother UK is that the people get to vote people out of the game. You know, the audience does. I don't see JoJo surviving too many more votes out of
Boo! Yeah, like please keep her in.
The people are going to vote her out. They're not going to allow her to stay in that game and do these things. That's just not how Celebrity Big Brother UK works. And so she will be out soon enough, and she will hear and see all the things, and she's gonna have to deal with it. But it's just really a tough pill to swallow when you got to find out on TV.
Ugh. I can't. I don't understand. It's just so sad. Like this whole situation.
If they lived together, JoJo wouldn't have a home to come back to. I'd have moved by the time JoJo got there. She'd be knocking on the door.
Does JoJo still have that crazy house? Did you ever watch her YouTube videos?
No.
Oh my God. Her house is like every kid's like dream. Yeah. And it's just like pictures of her with the bows. And you know when all her stuff was at Walmart? Like that era, like that was her house. It was just like on the wallpaper of her faces. Outrageous. We love it for her. So yeah, that's like our JoJo Siwa mess. We'll let you know if anything else is going on with JoJo, but needed to bring that up. And now I just want to talk about this because this is so funny, and I'm sorry to everyone. This is like not meant to offend anyone. It's just, can we talk about JD Vance and the Pope?
Why did he kill the Pope? Allegedly.
Yo, I mean, what's going on?
I mean, we kind of saw it. Is it alleged if we saw him kill the Pope? Because I kind of allegedly, right?
Yeah.
Like he's like, it's like the angel of death. You know, he like comes in contact with the Pope dies.
And then he goes to India, and then there's a freaking terror attack.
Right. JD Vance. I don't like it. It's like bad energy, very sinister energy coming from this man.
I'm saying it's not even about the Pope. Like, rest in peace to the Pope. Like, this was one of the most liberal popes. Obviously, I'm very now that I watched Conclave, I'm very into what happened.
You tapped in, yeah,
and who will be the next Pope? Hopefully, it's my guy Giuseppe. But if either way, we're taking bets. We don't know what's happening, and I'm excited. But like, the Pope didn't want to meet JD Vance, so he sent someone else to meet him.
Right.
And the next thing you know, JD Vance has met the Pope, and the Pope died.
It's like the Pope knew. The Pope knew that this was like bad energy. I'm like, again, I'm not saying JD Vance killed the Pope.
No.
But the Pope was alive before he saw JD Vance, and he was dead after. So there you go. You do with that information what you will. Like, I'm not saying he did it, but it's very suspicious to me that he didn't die until he met JD Vance. Say what you want to say. That's it. I gotta tell you.
And then he just goes to India. And did y'all see? I don't know if the messenger saw this, but again, this is like so bad. It's like, I'm just in shock. I think that's why I want to talk about it. Like, I wanted to bring that up because listen, y'all, there's a meme going around where it says F, marry, kill, and the F picture is the couch, Mary is Usha Vance, and then kill is the Pope.
People are funny. People are very funny. I would say this. The jokes, I mean, like again, this is not disrespectful to the Pope in any way. This is of my lifetime.
No, I want to make that very clear. Yeah.
But JD Vance, I just want to hear the Pope side. You know what I'm saying? Like I just feel like yeah, like that's the thing. We'll never know. And so it's very convenient that we'll never know what JD Vance did to the Pope to make him like, what was it, like some type of energy that he picked up off of him? Is it just a general aura? Because I personally never want to meet JD Vance, especially now. You killed the Pope, allegedly. You know, so like I'm not, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know. This is another one where it's like a peak mess.
It's so ridiculous, guys. And like guys, and again, whatever happening in India, it's terrible. Like my love to all my people, because it's so scary, so sad, and terror attacks are evil. And I'm just like, are we tempting the world with this?
Right.
Like that is just a question. Like it's terrible.
So JD Vance, why do you hate India? You know, like those are the questions I have to ask.
Well,
like,
we know he does because of the shit he be tweeting about.
Exactly.
Oh my god! Anyway, let me stop. When Vivek, oh my god, when Vivek was posting all the H1B stuff, ooh, brother. Anyway, I can't. It's so frustrating.
I was like, do we need to talk about Vivek?
No,
because cue me in. Like you want to.
Vivek Ramaswamy, all these self-hating Indians, like get it together.
Yeah.
Anyway, no, again, rest in peace to the Pope. May his memory be a blessing.
Right.
But JD Vance, don't they killing everybody. Don't let him in.
Right. How is Trump immune? Here's the thing. At least the Pope has done some pretty cool stuff while he was in in his seat. He's I think he appointed 2 out of 3 of those cardinals or whatever. And so if they still vibing with the Pope's vibe, we might stay with a little bit more liberal activity, in the Vatican. And so I'm hoping I'm hoping that we got people in place to make things happen.
Fingers crossed. That's all I'm gonna say. But I personally will be watching. So y'all let me know, okay, how this goes. And this is our last story. And I'm very excited about this because I think you're gonna scream. And I really hope that you didn't you don't know about this.
I have no clue what you're talking about.
Yeah, I sent it to you on Instagram. That's why I'm grateful that you did not open it a while ago. Yeah. So anyway, we're gonna talk about this, but I think we'll release this on video. It's fine that I have my glasses on because I need people to see this. So I'm gonna try to share this. I'm gonna try to share a video. Okay, guys, I'm getting.
Listen.
This is a high.
Sasha stepping into her STEM era.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. So now this is so funny to me. Okay. So this is everyone. We're gonna be talking about Michelle Obama, and I hope people can hear.
The video's muted, but there you go. Yeah, you got it.
Can you hear
my favorite? Kind of. You watch a little bit of all of them.
I watch a little bit of all.
So do I, girl. Love and hip hop. I watch. Oh, I do too. Oh my God, I'm so happy. Mama D. Oh, child.
Yeah, I love it because I know a Mama D.
And them.
Everybody knows a Mama D.
They sure do.
If you don't have one in your family, you got a
then
Mama
you
D.
lying. You are lying. You just not recognizing Mama D.
I have a Mama D in my family. I ain't gonna say who, but.
But I'm like that. I tell my husband, I was like, you watch golf?
Right.
I watch unscripted.
Yes.
Okay.
And it brings me, I don't know. It just settles me down.
And you get to talk. And I guess the blackness in us, the call and response. Like,
because we was, I would have said,
I would have,
right.
Yep. I would have, should have. If that was me, no. Like,
listen
talking
to
the
while
TV.
I'm taking my makeup off. You're like, girl, oh, I would have. I swear to God. What's your...
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Yes, everyone. So that was Michelle Obama, the Michelle Obama, and Taraji P. Henson talking about my favorite, literally, show ever in life. And about my favorite character ever, Mama D.
In that order. In that order.
And that was on Mama D's Instagram. That's why I had to make sure I zoomed in so you couldn't see why I was sharing Mama D's Instagram.
Crazy. That's crazy. Oh, did you hear about the Kirk Frost documentary? Did you see the trailer?
I have not seen the trailer.
I cannot wait. I've seen the trailer. I cannot wait to see. I cannot wait to watch this documentary.
You, me, and Bryce have to cover that, right?
Look, it sounds like nothing but Netflix.
Oh my God, please.
That's a recap kickback project if I've ever heard one.
I
But
know.
yeah,
But you tell me, and I'm there. Is what I do know.
Already.
But that was a special treat for you and I, because I don't know that many of the messengers are listening to Love and Hip Hop. But listen, Michelle Obama watches Love and Hip Hop.
Right. She knows the Puerto Rican princess. She knows who that is. And I'm okay with that.
She knows my Queen Mama D. And she says Scrappy in them. You know, that's my man. So I had to end it on a positive note. So I was like, no, we must chat about this. So I'm so glad you did not see that message.
No, that was fun. That was so much fun.
Oh my God. But yes, that is our Michelle Obama. That is our episode, or our mess. But listen, it's time for everyone's favorite, of course, which is the Anonymous. All right.
Okay.
And this is gonna be a short one because I knew we'd yap. But we came in under time. I'm proud of us. So the Anonymous. All right, Chappell. The Anonymous is more of a request and kind of ridiculous. So each year, my sister and I make a bucket list for the year full of just ridiculous things. They're not goals, just things that would make the year slightly better and sillier. Some examples are hold a handstand, bake a new dessert, hold a baby, go for a train ride, wear more jewels, try new hot sauce. Nothing life-changing, just fun and silly. One of my goals this year is to start a rumor. I want it to be harmless and nothing that would hurt someone. I want it just something that would be a rumor and get spread around. I have no idea what the rumor should be, so I would love some recommendations. For reference, I am a teacher, 27, single, live with a roommate close to my parents, and I'm active in my yoga studio, enjoy traveling with my best friend, finishing my master's for STEM education. Okay. What could be a harmless rumor around my friend and family that I could start that could be silly? I feel like you were really the person for this.
I do love a rumor. I do, because I just making stuff up.
Me when I
It needs to be harmless, and it needs to be about her friends and family.
Yeah, I don't know that it has to be. I think, but it would be funny. That could be spread around my friends and family.
Okay. Could the
that
rumor
when
be
revealed to be fake, could it? Yeah.
Yeah, but could the rumor be about her?
Yes, I think that we should make it about her.
Okay. Well, that means you have to have a life change. You have to do something different that you wouldn't normally do.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
You're a teacher who's in STEM, it's time for a career change. But what are you going to do? And it needs to be something where people are being like, are you okay? Like, why would you want to do that?
Yes.
You know?
We have to stress them out a little bit.
Yeah, it's got to be something where it's believable to it's doable, right? Like, it's not like you could never do that.
Correct.
But it also has to be like, people will be like, but why would you want to do that? You know what I'm saying? Like, have you ever, I don't know if you're physically capable, but if you are, maybe you want to go be a police officer.
Yeah, or I was even thinking, because of the news, again, I don't know how your family would react to this or friends, but I think that could be really funny as a rumor that because of RFK and you're in STEM and you're doing yoga, you're looking into changing your STEM education into more wellness, but the horrible wellness. You know what I mean?
Right. Stuff that doesn't work. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That
the most toxic yoga shit that you know.
Yeah, where it's almost like a cult.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, what if our messenger starts talking about maybe we should pick a cult.
Yeah, but it can't be a
wellness cult.
Yeah, almost a cult. What's that?
Yeah.
What's that?
Oh, let's look this.
That gym that people be Barry's.
Barry's Fitness.
Yeah, I want to go work at Barry's Fitness full time as a consultant, or something like that for yoga. You know, I'm quitting to go do that.
Yes.
But you got to go on an ayahuasca retreat first.
Yes. Or a silent retreat.
Yeah, you got to go do a thing. Yeah, and it's got to be months from now. So it's you're prepping to go, and you have to get your affairs in order. And so like it's the end of the school year, so you could do it in like August. And so people like when people are asking you like, oh, what are you going to do for next school year? Just be like, well, I don't think I'm going back. That's how you leak the secret. You don't announce it. It's like, well, I don't know if I'm going back because there's this stuff called ayahuasca. I learned it in some of my yoga classes.
Oh, like a straight up. Oh, this is such an NFL podcast, but like Aaron Rodgers.
Yes, exactly. Like, or even you watched the documentary and you like thought you thought like, oh, I watched it and honestly, I could kind of see what he was talking about. You know, like I think I could do that. I think that that's something that I just want to explore it. You know,
like the detox with chlorophyll, but not actually do it.
Right, exactly. You just gotta like let people, and you gotta leak it out slowly. Like if you first say like I'm not coming back to school, people are gonna ask why. He's like, oh, you know, like I've been thinking about doing a retreat or something like that to really get my head together. You know, so much going on right now.
You learned something in class that didn't sit right with you.
Exactly. So you're questioning things, and you're really just trying to get You gotta plant the seeds, and it's gotta be something far enough out.
Watching YouTube videos, or you know, like a little bit.
Send
like
the people the clips. Send people clips of you, like, hey, what do you think about this? You don't immediately be like, this is a fact. You gotta do it. You just like start feeling people out. Like, what do you think? Because they're gonna talk about you behind your back. I know I would.
Correct.
I'd be like, did you know that she sent me this damn video?
And I'd be like, we're losing her. What do we do?
Yeah, like, what do we do? How do we bring her back? Yeah, it's like, and of course. You don't actually go do the thing, so don't get carried away, messenger.
Please.
But start laying the foundation as if you're going to do the thing. And then when people like, eventually the intervention will happen, right? The people are someone is going to grab you and be like, this is stupid. And when it happens, you'll be like, I'm just playing. You know, like, and there you go.
Like, guys, please.
Stop it. You really believe that I was going to go? And they're going to be like, you were posting the thing. Oh, your Instagram. That's what I'm saying. I think you gotta like start listening to like videos around them, like you know those toxic YouTube videos, and they'll be like, "What the F are you listening?" Or repost them in your close friends. Yeah, in that way, it seems like it's like something you only want us to know because we wouldn't judge you. You know.
And here's how you do it. Right, you don't share it with everyone in your close friends. We talked about this in a Mess Magnets episode, where you can even have 1 to 2 people in your close friends. And only post it to them. And, you know, like figure out the groups, right? Like who's going to start talking to each other. Those are the groups you need to add to your close friends.
Right. And the more absurd, the better, because they're going to comment. And just be like, and when they comment, don't double down and be like, yes, I believe this. Just be like, oh, I was just looking into it. Or
your roommate was looking into it. And I'm like getting into it.
It sounds a little bit. Your roommate. Yeah, I'm just asking questions, you know, something like that. Yeah, I think you got to do something like that because then it's easy to spread it because you don't even have to do the work. You just let your social media do it. Because when people's social media change, we all talk about it. We're like, you notice they've been posting a lot of like, you know.
I mean, I always call you out when you post stuff.
Absolutely. And so I'm like, like, it's like, hey, have you been posting X, Y, Z? It's like, that's the thing you want. You want the ball rolling before you even say anything. So when someone comes to you, you're just like, act as though it's the most normal thing in the world. Like, well, yeah, I've been reading about it. It doesn't, you know. It's like, but you gotta put in your close friends so people think that you're letting them in, but you're not bold enough to go public with it yet. You know what I'm saying? So they feel like they can still stop you.
Yeah. You have to breadcrumb like this. We're doing the long game, so we gotta like slowly. Because you said you like to bake new desserts. What would it look like if you straight up lie? With your baking to be like, oh, this is a gluten. You know the Kourtney Kardashian, right? Gluten free. Flour free, sugar free, fun free. But in reality, it's not. But I'm just saying,
right.
But on your close friends, like you just gotta start slow with your wellness like changes.
Your wellness journey, right? And it's all leading to like in November. I'm not coming to Thanksgiving because I'm actually going to be on an ayahuasca journey. But you don't tell them that from jump. You don't know that.
No, that's like the last.
That's like the last little bit. If they're not really picking up, that's where you're like, oh, you know, like just lead them in the conversation about the holidays and be like, well, I might be there, but I already booked my plane ticket to Bogota. You know, and then it's like, or Montevideo.
With your best friend, because y'all travel anyway.
Yeah, y'all travel anyway, and it's like, well, she wants to go, to or whatever, and since I'm going to look into this other wellness retreat, aka a darkness, retreat or whatever, or the ayahuasca. I think it's there, but Sasha, we wasted the good surprise on the messenger. I think we could have did this ourselves.
Who would we do it to? Oh my god!
Yeah, like
my family, my mom would just ground me.
Also, the ease in which we started that rumor, or at least planted the seeds for that, should be studied, because it took no effort. It took this is the first time we're hearing of it, and we jumped right in.
And I promise, I didn't even read this whole thing because I was like, oh wait, I want to come up with the rumor live. So I didn't even learn about you. I stopped at starting a rumor and I copy pasted this into the doc. We're sick.
Nah, but it's the move. It's the move. It's harmless.
And listen, we'll post this on YouTube so people can put in the chat what they want. If they have other ideas, help our messenger out as well.
Yeah, for real. And if you're all in on the ayahuasca, it's not a cult. I believe you. You don't have to tell us.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, we believe you.
It's fine. We're not here to fight you on this.
Right. We're not. We do your thing.
No, actually,
we're talking about for this messenger.
Post it.
Yeah. All comments are good comments. Let's do it.
Yeah. But yeah, I think that would be really funny because it's because the rumor has to be something that you're into. It's because
they can't debunk it.
Yeah,
right. They can't debunk it if STEM
education, yoga teacher. I feel like being a teacher, you know how to manipulate people.
Absolutely.
To do what you want.
Mm-hmm.
So you just gotta what would bother your parents a little bit? What would bother
right. And it's really easy to be disenchanted right now with being a teacher. It's really hard out here for teachers. So maybe with the dissolving of the Department of Education, except for when they want to take our student loans, maybe you're like, I'll leave the country and I don't have to pay my student loans back. Maybe that's the long when you got them on the hook, you're like, I might stay because then if I stay long enough, I don't have to pay back my student loans. Yeah. And I went to school for education. So, I got a lot of loans and I'm probably not making that money back right now. Something like that.
But I heard that this cult would help me. Again, that's the end. We're talking about end game. We have to start very slow.
Right. But you're just going to visit. You're just going to visit for a little retreat or whatever first. And then as you approach it, it needs to sound more and more, okay, this is something I can do. And even if you could just take a vacation, if you could take a little vacation, like a little cruise for a few days, be off the grid, and then come back and tell them that's what you did.
I mean, that's commitment. That's when they really freak out. And then you say, okay, joke.
Okay, I'm joking. Yeah, but they might not believe that one. That's the thing. You can lead them to believe you could do it. But I don't think at that point they're gonna start asking you very specific questions, and you just need it to be vague. And also it needs to be so vague because you haven't done your research. You know what I'm saying? It needs to be they're asking you questions and you're like, I'll look into that. But earnestly, oh yeah, I'll
that's what these folks are. I feel like where sometimes they'll just be so misinformed about whatever that may be, and you again, our messenger is in STEM, they know, but I just feel like so much that you just have to be that it's actually too much. I know, and I want to shut it down.
Yeah.
And I'm stressed out. And most of the people are, like I said, are uninformed and will be like, no. Watch the Dr. Mike on Jubilee with the vaccine.
Yeah.
And
watch that. And then watch Dr. Mike, watch Aaron Rodgers' documentary as well. And just get the vibe. You don't need to, there's no point in you regurgitating everything they say because it's not going to be believable.
No.
But just give the air that you're
consider.
Considering it, your third eye is opening, as they say.
But that could be real. But
right. Yeah. But as they say, where it's oh yeah, you're in STEM, so you don't believe the Earth is flat.
Yeah.
But there are some parts of this that kind of start making sense to you. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying.
Did the space shuttle go all the way?
Right. And because you're also in STEM. So people might actually think that you feel like you are more knowledgeable about this than they are. Well, I studied science, so that's
what I'm saying. You have to that's what I feel has to start that. You have to start watching, Chappell said, all of this stuff. I feel you even got to watch it around them, and shamefully. And then you
or just be like, hey, you want to see this thing? And then when they're not excited, be like, oh, well, I kind of liked it.
Yeah, because I learned X, Y, and Z in class. And it didn't sit right with me, blah, 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 blah.
Right.
You're the expert here in all of this stuff.
Yeah,
and
just take pieces.
We should be enjoying.
Yeah. Take pieces and do what you can. And then keep us posted. Let us know. We need to follow up. Follow up with the messengers.
Keep a detailed journal.
Yes.
So that you can, when it's over, you can come fully tell us what happens.
Yeah.
Because I think this is hilarious.
I think it's good too, Sasha. This was so much fun.
Thank you. And thank you to our messenger. Again, like write in questions, write in like silly stories, family stories. Did you already spread a rumor? Hello, send it to us on messmagnets.com. Everything can be found there. Help us out. And with that, everyone, thank you so much for listening. As always, we're sending love to Kirsten, and give us a 5-star review, please. Hello, we're missing them. And don't worry, Oops All Anonymous is coming. Survivor just be in the way, and that's why. But we're trying to navigate it. All right, everyone. And with that, listen, thank you, Chappell, for coming. We are so grateful. You know, I miss you and I miss talking to you. So I'm selfish and had you on the pod. And with that, where can the people, as if they don't already know you, can they find you?
They can find me on the Nothing But Netflix podcast, nothingbutpod.com, and go there and subscribe, or check us out on the RHAP YouTube page as I am driving the Nothing But Netflix podcast right into a lot of crazy Netflix reality shows and TV shows and movies. And so Kirsten of this podcast comes to join me over on Nothing But Netflix to talk about Battle Camp. And so we talked about the premiere, and then we did a full series review, and they should both be out already. So go check those out if you watch Battle Camp on Netflix. And then go check out my podcast, Recap Kickback, on recapkickback.com. Go to youtube.com/@recapkickback to subscribe to the YouTube page and watch the video. We talked about Sinners this week, the #1 movie in the country, one of the best horror movies I've ever seen. And if you enjoyed it or want to hear us break it down, talk about all the things that you didn't see and stuff like that, go check it out over on the Recap Kickback podcast on recapkickback.com. But yes, that's what I got going on. Thank you for having me once again.
Yes, thank you again for being here, and for just raging with me. I appreciate you. And of course, for me, this is my current podcast, but we just wrapped up jet lag coverage, and season 13, we also had the boys on, the lads, to talk about jet lag. So Taryn and I did an interview. It was really fun. Tom Scott was there as well. So check that out on the Rob Has a Podcast YouTube channel. Jason Reed and I finished Daredevil as well last week. So check that out on We Know Scripted. Yeah. And for everything else, just follow me on Blue Sky. Again, thank you everyone for listening, and we will see you next week. Bye.
This is RHAP. We know reality TV.